Want to call to order the September 18th, 2014 meeting of the Ascension Parish Council. Madam Secretary, a roll call. Please note that Councilman Johnson is working and Councilman Sadley is out of town. All other councilmen present. I would like everybody to please stand for the invocation being given by Councilman Brian Melanson, and then remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to be led by the 007 girls baseball team. Brian?
Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this great night for us to just come together. We ask that you just guide our mouths and guide our hearts as we make decisions for this great parish. And we just ask you keep everyone safe on their ride home tonight and continue to bless this parish. I ask that you just bless and give peace to the family of the Lessord family of the passing of Travis Lessord. And Lord, we ask for special intentions for Mr. Calby James, Miss Terry's dad. We just ask that you would touch his body and heal him. And we ask all these things in the mighty name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Attention. Salute. Pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, ladies. That was great. We'll move on to item number 3. The council will now sit as a board of review as published in the official journal of the Ascension, the Parish of Ascension, the Gonzales Weekly Citizen on August 15, 2014 and August 29, 2014, to hear complaints of any and all persons who have filed a written appeal of the Board of Review in such a manner provided by LARS 47.192. I need a motion to recess from the regular meeting and business and convene as a Board of Review. We have a motion by Mr. Todd Lambert, second by Mr. Kent Shake Snyder. Any discussion, any opposition? We will now move into the Board of Review. Madam Secretary, do we have any appeals?
We received a total of 5 appeals. 3 were withdrawn and 2 were void because they were turned in after the deadline.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, folks, apparently we don't have any appeals in front of us, but I need to invite the assessor, Mr. Mert Smiley, Ascension Parish Assessor, come up, and you've got the floor, sir.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Happy to report the appeals were very low this year. The assessment lists were open for public inspection for a period of 15 calendar days, which began August 15, 2014, and ended August 29, 2014. During this period, the assessment lists have been changed where necessary for clerical error or erroneous assessments. I hereby certify the 2014 Ascension Parish Assessment List to you as the Board of Review.
Since we have no appeals at this time, the chair would entertain a motion to adopt the 2014 tax roll of Ascension Parish.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Brian Melanson, second by Ms. Terry Cazzo. Any discussion? Any opposition? So be it adopted. Now the chair would entertain a motion to return to the recess from the Board of Review and reconvene in the regular session. We have a motion by Mr. Todd Lambert, second by Mr. Chris Lohr. We're back in regular session of the council meeting. I just want to remind, if anybody, public comment period, anyone wishing to speak on an agenda item, please sign in with the secretary, and you'll be given time whenever that item comes up for review. We'll move on to presentations, and we're very happy to get the parish president up here we want certificates of recognition for the 007's 10 and under girls fast pitch softball team. Would you like those folks up, Bass?
Yes, I'd like all the winners up here and the coaches, and we'll give out some certificates. And
whomever wants to join them. And we will want your picture after this.
That's correct. And what I'm going to do something a little different this time, but we want to certainly congratulate congratulate y'all for winning the World Series fast pitch for the 007s and 10 and under. Is that correct? And y'all went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. How was that trip? Okay. Well, I'm going to give you your certificates, but I'm going to let you introduce yourselves one by one, and that way y'all can smile. You can be on TV and smile. How's that?
I'm Layla.
Chrislyn, Victoria, Blair, Alyssa,
Madison.
Macy Munson, Caitlin Pepper,
McKenna.
Frank,
Mike Sanji.
Brad Savoy.
Scott Gotro.
Mark Mayer.
Congratulations, and I know the parents, congratulations to you too, because I know that you were there and supporting the team very heavily, and probably every ball that was hit, you were following it and crunching also, making sure that it went in the right way. But who's the pitcher? Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is read one, and then we'll call each girl's name. Alyssa Blanchard, this certificate is hereby awarded. It's 007, 03, 10 under, Girls Fast Pitch Softball Team, Sporting Events Association of America, SEAA, World Series winners. The Parish of Ascension is proud to present the certificate of recognition to Alyssa Blanchard and the 007s, 03, 10 under Girls Fast Pitch Softball Team. The 007s won the 2014 Sporting Events Association of America World Series held at Wares Farm City Park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. The 007s were successful under coaches Brad Savoy, Mark Mayer, Scott Gotro, and Mike Songe. We join Council Chair Randy Cluat and the entire Parish Council in congratulating these young ladies for their extraordinary effort. Alyssa, congratulations. Madison Gotro. All right, Madison, congratulations. McKenna Rarick. All right, McKenna, congratulations. Blair Bazette. All right, Blair, congratulations. Caitlin Pepper. Layla Thompson. Macy Munson. Victoria Marchand. Bryn Songe. Chrislyn Dapprich. Coach Brad Savoy. Congratulations. Coach Mike Songe. Mike, congratulations. Coach Scott Gotro. Congratulations, Scott. And Coach Mark Mayer. Congratulations. Who's the head coach?
We co-coaches.
Who wants to speak? Okay, Mark.
You are now, Mark. First of all, I want to thank the council and President Martinez for honoring these young ladies. They set goals early in the year, and they were able to accomplish those goals. First, they set a goal of winning a state title. They did that, winning the USSSA state championships, and then a national title. They went on to Tennessee and won the national championship. They finished with a record of 106 wins, 11 losses, and 1 tie. They work very hard, and they really deserve it of this. So we appreciate y'all guys honoring us tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and hopefully as you go on with your softball careers, you'll be winning state championships and national championships in the high school. So Keep up the good work and go back next year and win it again for those who can go back under 10. So anyway, congratulations from all of us. Thank you. We'll take a picture.
Y'all stay up, we're gonna take a picture. You guys need to be in the picture. Come on, come on. Get up in these things, Rick. Get up in there. Let them drain out a little bit.
Hey, everybody want
Sitting in the big
you?
book.
Hey, you the sympathy? You the sympathy guy?
Next on the agenda, we have a proclamation that's near and dear to hearts, Cool Kids Day, and this proclamation is in remembrance of Sari Ladybug Lannis and Dalen Deuce Lannis, who passed away, tragic accident over on Bluff Road, where drivers veered off the road. And we want to welcome tonight their parents, Miss Shayla and David Lannis. The parish president would like to present you guys with a proclamation. And before we get started, we want to thank Miss Patrice for bringing this forward. Thank you.
Parish of Ascension proclamation to proclaim June 24th as Cool Kids Day in Ascension Parish. Whereas on Tuesday, June 24th, 2014, two angels from our community, Sari Lannis and Dalen Lannis, were enjoying fishing with their father David when tragically struck, and they ascended into the loving arms of our Lord. And whereas before taking their journey to heaven, 9-year-old Sari Ladybug and 6-year-old Dalen Deuce enjoyed the many activities that all children in Ascension Parish are blessed to enjoy. And each excelled at Dutchtown Primary School, whereas Sari's life was full of activity, including being a devoted friend to others, while she enjoyed singing, dancing, cheerleading, and acting. And whereas Dalen's life touched the lives of many friends, while he also enjoyed sports as a star baseball player and played football as well, and played football as well. And whereas, as evident by the way the communities of Geismar, Dutchtown, Prairieville, Gonzales, and Ascension Parish as a whole have shown an outpouring of love for David and Shayla Lannis and the entire Lannis family, the memories of Sari and Dalen will live on in the hearts of many as they are remembered as the cool kids. Now, therefore, it be proclaimed, I, Tommy Martinez, President of the Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, to hereunto proclaim June 24th as Cool Kids Day in Ascension Parish. Who is this young man? Dyson.
Dyson.
Hey, Dyson. Baby brother. But Dyson.
I just want to say thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. I say it all the time. I don't want anybody to forget about our kids. And it's obvious that it affected a lot of people, and we are so grateful for this. And it's pretty much impossible to forget them now, especially in Ascension Parish. So thank you guys so much. We cannot even express how much we thank you and how grateful we are. Just thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you all for coming by tonight. And hopefully this brings a little peace in your family. And we appreciate you all coming tonight. And so sorry for your loss.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks everyone.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Thank you. Thank y'all. At this time, we'll move along to agenda item number 6, Parish President's Report. Mr. President.
Well, I have a couple of things. First of all, I'd like to invite the members of the Balloon Festival Committee up, and I just want to say how and thank them for such a great job that they've done. So with all of you guys, Martin, would you get the group up? And
All you people in blue shirts, step to the front, please.
well, let me say that they've met or exceeded all of our expectations, and I've never been prouder of a group of people than I am of this group for the job that they did. They went out and they raised the money. They worked hard. I think it's going to be something that Ascension Parish and all of you guys are going to be proud of. I think it's going to be the best festival that we've ever had here in the parish. And I'm, like I said, I'm going to let Martin tell you what they did and what's going on. And hopefully to see all of you out there a week from Friday, tomorrow, and next Saturday.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is a great, great honor to be here before you tonight, and it's actually kind of fun to be on this side of the counter for a while, for once. I want to introduce, these are just some of the members of what a fantastic committee that we have put together, that you have helped us put together to get this balloon festival off the ground, pun intended. You know Mr. Lester Kenyon here all the way on my far right. He has been handling a lot of our publicity and our press. Miss Audrey Boudreau, I think you have passed an ordinance that if you really want to get something done in Ascension Parish, you have to have Audrey on your committee. So we got Miss Audrey. Mr. Bobby Swallow is the guy who is really taking care of everything at Lamar Dixon and keeping everything together. Tracy Browning is the director of Tour Ascension. She not only handles all the tourism of Ascension Parish, she handles all of the details of what's going on for the Balloon Festival, and I can promise you that this would not be the success it's going to be without Tracy Browning and her staff putting it together. Miss Sherry Denig. Sherry is the director of Volunteer Ascension, and you know, we depend on volunteers. This is a community effort. This is a community event, and the community has to be involved in it, and it is so thanks to Sherry Denig and Volunteer Ascension for helping us to get all of the volunteers put together to have this event here. Mr. Robert Ambo. Robert has been flying hot air balloons since before Councilman Chris Lohr was born, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe it was right about the same time, but Robert knows more about hot air balloons than anybody, and so he has, it's been so great for him to come on board and help us get organize all of the balloonists. Ms. Kim Bro with the Parish President's Office. She has been invaluable in securing sponsorships and securing donations and securing participation throughout the community. She uses her stroke very effectively, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Gwen LeBlanc she is not only your financial chair member, she is ours as well. She keeps track of the money, and she keeps us honest and open and up and up. And then we have Mr. John Connolly in the back. John, if you hear radio commercials, you're going to hear the mellifluous voice of John Connolly, because he has been taking care of all of our publicity. This by no means is even the smallest part of our committee. We have so much support. This has been the most breadth support throughout the community, but this is just a small bit of the people that have been meeting every week since April to put this festival together. And so I'm here to officially invite you and invite the people of Ascension Parish to come to the 2014 Ascension Parish Hot Air Balloon Festival. It's going to be Friday, September the 26th and Saturday, September the 27th at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that we have been out in the community, and this is something that the general public really supports in Ascension Parish. Lamar Dixon Expo Center and the Ascension Hot Air Balloon Festival. And I really have to give credit and thanks to our parish president, Tommy Martinez, because his enthusiasm and his support has been so contagious, and it really helped to make all of this happen. Let me tell you what's going to be going on. I'm going to just take a moment to tell you what's going on out there. We've got over 30 balloons. Robert has rounded up over 30 balloonists from across the United States to come to Ascension Parish, and they're going to be displaying the balloons. They're going to be flying all over Ascension Parish, but especially on Friday evening and on Saturday evening, they're going to be out there. They're going to be inflating. They're going to be glowing. It's going to be gorgeous. And then when that is all over with, after they deflate and roll everything back up, then on Friday night and Saturday night, we're going to have a magnificent fireworks exhibit that's going to be going on out at Lamar Dixon. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be so much fun. But then throughout the day, Friday and Saturday, we've got the Mitchell Brothers Carnival that's coming. This is the same carnival that you ride at the Jambalaya Festival, where they're coming, they're bringing every ride that they've got. And they're going to be putting on a great carnival out there. The 225 inflatables, they're going to be out there with the rock climbing wall and the hamster ball and all of those great things. We've got Becky Petey and her petting zoo are going to be out there for the kids. We've got a great children's village that's going to be available. The River Region Art Association is going to be out there painting faces in the children's village. Sorrento Fire Department has their smokehouse, and they're going to be teaching people how to react, and children especially, how to react during a fire in their homes. The Gonzales Police Department, they're going to be out there, and they're going to be taking fingerprints of your children, our most precious asset, and they're going to be taking DNA sampling of them so that we'll have all of that collected. The Classic Car Show is going to be out there, sponsored by Mr. Nicky Prejean at Southland Fire. We got classic cars going to be out there all weekend long. We've got the Battle of the Badges barbecue competition. Say all those B's in one order. But the Battle of the Badges, that's sponsored by Shoppers. Man, Shoppers Choice came on board. They donated a magnificent gas grill and a stainless steel roller that it's going to go on. And so we've got cops coming in from all over South Louisiana that want to compete in the barbecue competition. There is something for everybody. This is a true family event. And I want to thank you, Ascension Parish Council, for voting last year to continue that this event goes forward. And I want to tell you this. We budgeted that this event, excuse my glasses, we put together the best festival that we thought we could put together, and we estimated it was going to cost us about $140,000 to put this thing on, about what you paid last year for the festival. And I'm very, very proud to tell you that as of today, we have $146,250 in sponsorships. So today, 1 week before the festival takes place, this festival is completely paid for. And I'm very, very proud of this. And I'm very proud of this committee standing here beside me, because it could not have been done without them. I'm very proud of our parish president and the administration, and you for the support that you have given us. I have here in the studio, in the council chambers, there's a schedule of the events that are going to be going on. Oh man, we got some some blues bands. We got live blues music that's going to be playing there. We got Chris LeBlanc. We got Elvin Killerby. You need to come out. This is going to be great. We've got the balloon glow. We got the fireworks, all of that. This is on the schedule, and I have some copies here, or you can see it on our website, www.ascensionballooning.com. I have a little map here. This is going to kind of be what's going on out there and where you can find things and where they'll be taking place. This is still a work in progress. We're still placing things around there, but that's going to be available for you. I also have information about the Play Dirty event. That's going to be a lot of fun. Play Dirty. I mean, I know in politics you don't know anything about playing dirty, but we're going to be doing it out there. The Play Dirty people are going to be there Saturday morning starting at 9 o'clock, and that's going to be going on all throughout the day. So not only can you witness it, you can participate if you want to, and you can go to www.playdirtyadventure.com, and that's going to be a fun event for you. So I thank you very much for your support. I invite the people of Ascension Parish. I got to tell you, we do have an admission fee. There is going to be a cost. You ready? $2 per person, age 13 and over. If you are 12 and under, admission is free. We want you to come, and we want you to bring your families. And you know what? I understand, because I have a family as well. Sometimes you have to leave and go take care of business, and you want to come back. If you have to do that, you have to leave, we'll give you a bracelet to let you pass out, and then you can come back in. You won't have to pay that $2 admission fee again. Also, the Mitchell Brothers Carnival is going to be providing ride specials. So on Friday evening, they're going to have a ride bracelet for $25 that you can buy on ground. On Saturday morning, and then again on Saturday evening, there's a ride bracelet, $25. Ride all the rides you can ride in that period of time for $25. Or if you come to the Lamar Dixon office right now, up through next week, we have a $55 bracelet that will allow your families to ride rides all weekend long, all night Friday night, all day Saturday. So that's available to you as well. So there is a small cost for admission. Parking is free, and the traffic has all been taken care of thanks to the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office and the City of Gonzales. And boy, that's it. We got a great, ladies and gentlemen, we have a festival here that is going to be the premier event of Ascension Parish, and we look to have this year after year after year, thanks to your support. And yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, real quick, Martin, thank you very much. Volunteers, do you constantly need more volunteers?
We are always in search. I should let Ms. Sherry Denning address that, but
Well, that's good. Come to the podium, please.
Come on up, Sherry.
We have people, sometimes we go to events that have a lot of volunteers, and sometimes the volunteers come up short.
Sure.
For whatever reason.
In talking with it and looking at the different shifts, we needed 128 volunteers, and as of this afternoon, we have 122. So we've got all but just a couple of spots filled.
Okay, where can a volunteer, someone that wants to volunteer?
You could call our office at Volunteer Ascension, but we also are having an online sign-up this year, which is something a little bit different. And
Okay.
it's through, you can actually go to our website at volunteerascension.org and click on the volunteer button. It'll take you straight to the volunteer matrix system where you can sign up online. It'll tell you which shifts are available and what's already booked. So it's been a great way for us to get the word out, and also a great way for people to sign up online.
That's great. We appreciate everything. Appreciate all you guys.
Now, I have to ask you a question. How many of you have been up in a hot air balloon? One hand. Robert Ambo, would you come up here and please just describe what it's like?
Does that little 50-foot thing count, Martin? 'Cause I did that one time.
Robert?
If you ever wondered what it's like to be in a hot air balloon, the best way I could say it is like floating on a cloud or maybe a magic carpet ride. It's just, we move approximately 3 or 4 miles an hour at any given time, and if we go over a pond or something, if we have the opportunity, we call it a splash and dash, when we actually come down and take the bottom of the basket and touch the water and then take back off again. And the passengers that get to see this are kind of amazed by it, realize that you can take an aircraft and do that with it. In the wintertime, I also tell them, we'll fly through the pecan trees and pick pecans along the way for food. And they go, oh, yeah. And then when I actually start doing it, they say, oh, he's telling the truth. We just move so slow, and it's so gentle. I mean, it's one of the best stories I ever got. I got to tell this. Terry's husband, Coy Cazo, his mother, nail. She says, she tells Corey, I want to take a balloon ride, but I'm scared of height. So Corey comes and said, Corey, Robert, Mama wants to fly, but she's scared of height. I said, well, how scared? He said, well, she won't drive across the Mississippi River Bridge to visit her family in Donaldsonville. She gets a friend to drive her so she can close her eyes. And I go, wow, this could be a challenge. But I said, no, I can work that out. So I pick out a spot that's about 3 or 4 acres big, and then she comes out, she gets in the basket, and I say, I'm going to take off and fly 2 foot off the ground. She said, I can do that. So we fly along, we get to the halfway of the pasture, and there's a fence about 6 foot high. And I say, look, I can stop and let you out, I can go over that 6-foot fence. She says, I can do that. So we fly over the fence, and by another 2 acres, because the trees are about 10 foot high. And I said, I got to stop and let you out and let you walk back unless you think you can do it. She says, I can do that. Before the flight was over, went to 1,000 feet, she had no fear of height at all. I can't explain it, but it's not the same thing as standing on the top of the state capitol and looking over. It's completely different. And that's what the passengers tell me that actually fly. So everybody that starts off a little bit with that holding on the side kind of tight, once we're up in there 5 or 6 minutes, it's like floating on a cloud. So I hope y'all get the opportunity maybe to get up before too long.
Thank you very much, Robert.
And finally, on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock and again on Sunday morning at 7 o'clock, the balloonists are going to have a little competition among themselves. And they're going to be flying, they're going to be launching from different sites all over East Ascension, the eastern side of Ascension Parish. They will be flying all over, and they're going to focus on Central Primary School. I'm here to let out a secret right now. Central Primary School on Highway 621, that's the target zone. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see a lot of balloons flying early Saturday morning, early Sunday morning, you go to Central Primary School. We have a special arrangement with the school system, and we appreciate their cooperation very much. And that's going to be the target area, and all of the balloons are going to converge over there. So the parking lot's going to be open. You got a place to park and a place for you and your families to watch and enjoy the balloons, and then go off and have your breakfast and have a wonderful day. I've left a lot of information here. I've got the map of the facility. I've got the schedule of events. I've got some posters about the festival, posters about Play Dirty. I encourage you to take that to your families, to your friends, and to your constituents, and let's make this the best festival that Ascension Parish has ever seen, the premier event for Ascension Parish. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, guys. Mr. President.
One more item, and it's good news. After 6 years of frustration and a lot of problems along the way, we have finally been given a letter of approval and allocations of funding for the CBGG grant and the FEMA GOSEP investment for the 4-H building at Lamar Dixon. It's $5,579,610.55 from the CDBG grant, and FEMA GOSEP is $1,881,634. And basically what that entails is demolition of the existing internal structure and leveling of the flooring, enclosed and installation of exterior walls and roof, installation of impact-resistant operable windows, added fire exits and sidewalk paving around the building to upgrade life safety and ADA accessibility, new sprinkler and fire alarm systems, adding additional restrooms and upgrading existing to be ADA compliant, new HVAC, which is very, very vital, air conditioned. Finally, we're going to get a big building air conditioned, dual control system, upgrading of the electrical and plumbing fixtures, addition of lobby entrance, conference rooms, and storage areas, and to construct a hurricane-rated safe room. So with these upgrades, the facility will be a state-of-the-art multi-purpose center to provide for new economic development opportunities, and will be hardened to serve as one of the buildings for the statewide hurricane staging area at Lamar Dixon Center. So we've got a lot of things going on there that we've been waiting on, and then there's a phase 2 that we also got another $3 million in grants. In the buildings, what we're going to do there is the hardening of the other buildings in the whole area. Arenas B, C, and D, the commissary, trade mart, and gymnasium. So the proposed improvements will include structural hardening, hurricane-rated window and door replacement, structural roof hardening, hurricane roll-down fabric screening. So the total funding and grants that we got allocated was $8,681,462. So I think that's going to be an addition that you will see that the community will be able to utilize. It'll also give us an extra 75,000 square feet of air-conditioned, climate-controlled convention-type center here in Ascension Parish, which will bring us to over 100,000 square feet, which will put us in a position to move forward and to compete for other type events that we haven't been able to do so in the past few years. So hopefully that this will bring some more revenue, not only to Lamar Dixon, but to the entire community. So just proud to say after 6 years of battling, we finally got to where we need to be. And construction should start next year. And I'm proud. So. I want to thank Martha for all of her work and her staff in the grants. They got chewed up and down quite a bit, and I apologize for that, Martha, but we did finally get to where we wanted to be. Thanks.
Yeah, real quick while we're continuing on Lamar Dixon, we had a good newspaper article this week about all the solar panels and all the hard work you guys did to get that passed on that NRG grant. And we want to, we want to thank John and everybody involved and the administration. So it's just wonderful over there. That's going to work out great. Anything else?
Yes, we also worked out an agreement with Energy there on some metering, and that should save us another about $3,000 a month. So hopefully all that gets signed and in place. Can't give you all the details yet, but they pretty much agreed in principle, and we have to. So be another savings there for hopefully with the solar panel and whatever we're doing with energy, we'll save somewhere $70,000 or $80,000 a year on our electric bill.
That's great. And once again, thank you guys. Thank Mr. McMillan. Thank everybody that did hard work. That's all this stuff people got to understand. I'm glad you brought up the 6 years because nothing happens quite overnight. Thank you, sir. With that, we'll move on to item number 7, the consent agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Todd Lambert, second by Mr. Dempsey Lambert. Any discussion? Any opposition? The motion passes. We'll move into agenda item number 8, public hearing regarding intent to issue not to exceed $60 million taxable utilities revenue bonds. Mr. Ryan? And I want to recognize our bond counsel, Mr. Malcolm Dugas here representing us.
I'm going to, thank you, Mr. Chairman, but since I'm acting here for Mr. Parrington, I will defer to Mr. Ryan since he and I are working together on this matter.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, this is a public hearing to consider any objections to the proposed issuance of the bonds.
Yes, sir.
Motion to open a public hearing.
We have a motion by Mr. Todd Lambert to open public hearing. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Terry Cazzo.
Motion to close.
Motion to close public hearing by Mr. Oliver Joseph, second by Mr. Dempsey Lambert. Public hearing is closed. We'll move to agenda item number 9, bids, Sorrento Community Centers, CDBG, Project 03 PARA 3205. Parish President Martinez, Ms. Joan Shivers. Joan, you going to give us a rundown there?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Good evening.
On August 13, 2014, the Purchasing Department received 6 bids for the construction of the Sorrento Community Center. After review, the Grants Department and WHLC recommend accepting the lowest responsive bid from Blunt General Contractors and to authorize the parish president to enter into any applicable agreements or contracts for this project.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Mr. Todd Lambert. Second by Mr. Ken Shake Snyder. Any discussion? Any opposition? Thank you, ma'am. Motion passes. We'll move into Planning and zoning recommendations, item number 10, zoning review ID 2451.14, lots 3 to 9, Homeless Landing subdivision for Burnside Plantation LLC, located on the north side of LA 942 River Road, approximately 2,000 feet west of LA 44, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from conservation and medium industrial to mixed-use corridors. The zoning commission recommends approval of this. The Chair would welcome. I apologize. So, no discussion there. We'll move to agenda item number 11, zoning review ID ZM 14-10, revision to the zoning map, mobile home park and RV park zoning designation. The zoning commission recommends approval of these revisions. We'll move to agenda item number 12, introduction of ordinances. Introduction of ordinance ZT 14-8- zoning tables in the Unified Development Code, mobile home park and RV park. The zoning commission recommends approval of this rezone.
Motion to introduce, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion introduced by Mr. Todd Lambert.
Second.
Second by Ms. Terry Cazzo. It is introduced. Number 13, introduction of ordinance DC 14-9, zoning tables in the Unified Land Development Code, mobile home park and RV park zoning designation. The zoning commission recommends approval of this.
Motion to introduce.
Motion introduced by Ms. Terry Cazzo, second by Mr. Brian Melanson. It's introduced. Item number 14, introduction of ordinance, general bond ordinance authorizing the issuance of time to time of utility bond, revenue bonds of Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, prescribing the form and certain terms of conditions of said bonds, establishing funds and accounts relating to said bonds, providing for the payment thereof in principal and interest, including a rate covenant relating thereto, and providing for other matters in connection therewithin.
Motion to introduce.
We have a motion by Mr. Todd Lambert to introduce, second by Mr. Shake Snyder. It's introduced. We will move on to agenda item number 15, introduction of an ordinance. First supplemental bond ordinance authorizing the issuance of $60 million of taxable utilities revenue bonds, Series 2014 of Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, in accordance with the terms of general bond ordinance prescribing the form and certain terms and conditions of said bonds, providing for the sale of said bonds, and providing for other matters in connection therewith.
Second.
Motion introduced by, who was over here? Mr. Shake Snyder, and the second?
Yes.
Mr. Todd Lambert?
Dempsey, yes.
Dempsey?
Yeah.
It's introduced. We'll move into public hearing ordinances. Item number 18, reading of ordinance to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from conservation to light industrial, lot A1 of the Wilbur Sheets property for Boone Parsons Enterprises LLC, located on the west side of South Doyle Avenue, approximately 3,000 feet south of LA Highway 30. Yes.
This ordinance amends the official zoning designation for Gerald Sheets property from conservatives to light industry. This rezone is identified as zoning review 2243.14-Lot A1 of the Wilbert Sheets property. Whereas Ascension Parish is a local governmental subdivision as defined by Article 6, Section 44 of the Louisiana Constitution of 1974, and whereas the Parish of Ascension is the governing and responsible body over the zoning and regulations within this jurisdiction, and whereas Article 6 of the Home Rule Charter of Ascension Parish, adopted May 4, 1993, identifies the process and manner in which to adopt ordinances regulating the lands of this parish, and whereas the official zoning map for Ascension Parish was last adopted on March 10, 2014, and whereas the Parish Council reserves the authority to make changes to the official zoning map by ordinance, and whereas this request has been processed in compliance with the procedures set forth, be it ordained by the Ascension Parish Governing Authority that the official zoning map of Ascension Parish, Louisiana is amended to reflect the property identified in Exhibit A as light industry as the official zoning designation. In the event that any portion of this ordinance is ever held invalid or unconstitutional for any reason by any court of competent jurisdiction over it, such portion shall be deemed a separate, distinct, and independent provision and should not affect the validity of the remaining portions of the ordinance. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect as provided for by law.
Motion to open the public hearing.
Motion to open public hearing by Mr. Lohr,
Second.
second by Mr. Todd Lambert. Move to close by Mr. Shake Snyder,
Second.
second by Mr. Brian Malonson.
Motion to move the ordinance.
Motion to move the ordinance by Mr. Lohr,
Second.
second by Mr. Todd Lambert. Motion passes. Madam Secretary, please note that when I looked down and looked up, I skipped agenda items number 16 and 17, I think, and I would like to move back over. And I will go back to agenda item number 16, introduction of an ordinance, DR 14-06, revision of the drainage ordinance in the Unified Land Development Code pertaining to the design and construction criteria. The Planning and Zoning Commission recommends approval.
Motion to introduce, Mr. Chairman.
Motion introduced by Mr. Todd Lambert, second by Ms. Terry Cazzo. It's introduced. Number 17, introduction of ordinance to amend an ordinance adopted on September 4, 2014 to declare surplus and authorize the sale and/or transfer of miscellaneous movable equipment and to insert the correct vehicle identification number of one of the 1989 Chevrolet
Motion introduced.
vehicles. Motion introduced by Mr. Brian Malonson.
Second.
Second by Mr. Todd Lambert. Introduced. We'll move on to agenda item number 21, the reading of an ordinance to revoke the existing 10-foot servitude located on Lot 16 and dedication of a new 15-foot servitude along the rear of Lot 15, servitude along the rear of Lot 41A, 15-foot servitude on the rear of Lot 4A1, Ascension Industrial Park for Aquia Ventures LLC.
To revoke a 10-foot drainage servitude along the south side of Lot 16 of Ascension Industrial Park and dedicate a new 15-foot drainage servitude along the rear portion of Lot 4A-1 of Ascension Industrial Park. Said servitude is more particularly described on attached plat map. Whereas the petitioner has petitioned the Ascension Parish Council to revoke a 10-foot drainage servitude along the south side of Lot 16 of Ascension Industrial Park and dedicate a new 15-foot drainage servitude along the rear portion of Lot 4A-1 of Ascension Industrial Park in Ascension Parish, Louisiana. Whereas the Planning Department, Drainage Department, and Engineering have reviewed and researched said request and have no objection to the revocation, the Parish of Ascension hereby ordains that it grants approval of the revocation of the existing 10-foot drainage servitude along the south side of Lot 16 of Ascension Industrial Park and the subsequent dedication of a new 15-foot drainage servitude along the rear portion of Lot 4A-1 of Ascension Industrial Park in Ascension Parish, Louisiana, more fully described on the plat attached hereto and made a part hereof as Exhibit A. All ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby and henceforth repealed. If any provision of this ordinance is held to be invalid, such invalidity shall not affect other provisions herein which can be given effect without the invalid provisions, and to do this and the provisions of this ordinance are hereby declared to be severable. The ordinance shall become effective 15 days after adoption.
Open public hearing.
Motion to open public hearing by Mr. Brian Longson,
Second.
second by Ms. Terry Cazzo.
To close.
Motion closed by Mr. Longson,
Second.
second by Mr.
I can
Mr.
have.
Todd Lambert.
Move the ordinance.
Motion to move the ordinance by Mr. Brian Longson,
Second.
second by Mr. Oliver Joseph. Any discussion, any opposition? Motion passes. Before we go to number 24, every now and then we have distinguished guests in the audience that not necessarily at the podium, and every now and then one of our spouses will endure a meeting. And I would just like to recognize past Chairman Laura's wife, Jody, out here, and thank you for enduring this meeting with us. And we'll see you later. Mr. Lambert.
Motion adjourned, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion to adjourn by Mr. Todd Lambert,
Second.
second by Ms. Terry Cazzo. Any opposition? We are adjourned.
She loves you.